let's say that I do like this and this is my final two surfaces. You should continue to adjust them. But let's say that these are my final two surfaces. So I'm gonna copy this over so you can have a reference file. And then I'm going to trim. So select cutting objects. So I'm going to try to select this curve. That's my cutting object. Select object to trim. And I'm going to trim that off because it sort of doesn't touch perfectly. I want them to merge in one straight line. Then I'm going to extrude a curve, which is this. And I want to extrude only in one direction today. So both sides no. I'm extruding upward. Let me turn off my snap. It's snapping to some strange location. And now I have what appears to be a better surface that I can control, I think. So I'm going to copy and paste it in place, so the same place. So there's actually two here. So one for the left side and one for this right side. And then I am going to try to create a surface domain number. So select surfaces to divide. That seems very low. So I'm going to increase the span. So at least it's pretty square, I think. That looks pretty square. Okay. And then same for this other side. I'm going to do the same thing so they're approximately matching on both sides. So I have now a group of grids here and a group of grids there. I'm going to offset my grid because PT offset grid. I'm trying to make a 3D pattern like 종천시 here. So PT offset grid, where'd it go? PT offset points, there it is. So I'm gonna select the points. This is distance 1. Select base surface. It offset it to this inside. I wanted to change the direction, so let me undo that. And then I want the distance to be, can I type -1? Yeah. And then I'm going to type the base surface and it's going to offset outwards, okay? This time I'm gonna select the other one, select point. And then I'm gonna select the base surface. It offset to the wrong side, so let me do that again. 1, I'm gonna change the distance to 1. And then length, and then okay. And now I'm going to type PT panel 3D custom variable. select first bounding grid. Okay, select second bounding grid. And then it's the distribution method is nothing, I think. Let's leave it at linear trapped. Well, no. Let's do PT panel 3D custom is I think what he did. So select the first bounding grid and then second bounding grid and then select two bounding surface, interrupt none. And I want to select his pattern. I think it's split objects. I'm gonna say it this. And then that looks right. And then enter when done. Okay. It's computing. So let me zoom out and see if it did what it was supposed to do. It's calculating. Hopefully it doesn't crash my computer. Okay. I'm going to select what I just made. And then I'm going to put it on a new layer. And change object layer. I'm gonna call this my okay. Then I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. I'm gonna call this pattern 1. Then I'm gonna create another layer, a pattern 2. Give it a different color. Maybe let's do green. And then I'm gonna type PT 3D panel 3D custom again. And it says bounding grid. Select that point. Enter, select second one. Okay, enter. Select bounding surface as none. Select objects. I'm gonna go back to Zhongchenxi's pattern. And then that looks right. So let's wait for it to calculate. Faster this time. That's it. Nope. Still thinking. So Rhino takes a moment to think. Give it a moment. And then I'm gonna select that one and I'm gonna put it on pattern 2. Now I'm gonna turn off all the curves. It might have worked, it might not have worked. Let me Arctic view and look at it. Did it merge at the top? Almost. So you can play with these tools. To try to create a pattern surface. I recommend that you actually use the PT pattern 2D custom and then try to create 2 different patterns, one maybe in the middle and one on bottom or top, middle, bottom. Because when it's the same pattern like this, it gets a little bit monotonous.